Hey, I am super excited about today's live because it's equal parts terrifying and exciting. So buckle up because this was like mind-blowing to me. If you don't know me already, my name is Kate Waldo Jones. I'm with Kate Waldo and Company, and I help influencers create businesses that are financially successful, viable, and sustainable. So if you want to hear more about what we're talking about today, head on over to katewaldoandco.com/grow, and you can find all the fun stuff that we have over there. But let's get into it. I wrote some notes today so that I didn't forget anything. There's this documentary on HBO that you gotta go watch. It's called One Nation Under Stress. And it is Sanjay Gupta is the medical director, head chief medical correspondent for CNN. And he goes through this whole documentary investigating why we are having these what they call deaths of despair in the US, which is suicide, death by suicide, drug overdose, and alcohol related deaths. And it is just incredibly fascinating how all the science behind this works. And so that is why we're talking today about how stress is literally killing your blogging business and how to fix it. So stress is a response that we are meant to have in dire situations, and we are meant to have it when there is a lion chasing you and you got to run and get away from them. That is what it's there for. So when we're under stress in those situations, or when we're under stress in any situation, what happens is our blood vessels open up so that we have more blood pumping, and our lungs are able to expand, we can run, we have all this energy going through our body just specifically for that fight or flight to get us out from where we currently are, to move out of that situation. But what happens is it's shutting down all the non-essential functions of your body so that you can save yourself and save your life. The problem that we're having is that in the US, we are highly stressed. This happens in other developed countries. This is happening in other developed countries as well, but we are way too stressed. We're way overworked. We have all these expectations on us and on ourselves, on our bodies, on our work, on everything that we do, that it needs to be perfect, and that is our value in life. So we are in a constant state of stress, and that is horrible for your body. As you can imagine, you're putting your body in a state of running away from a lion trying to kill you all the time is not what your body is meant to do. And so this means that what's happening physically in our body is that our brains are starting to atrophy or shrink. The prefrontal cortex in the front of your brain, the critical thinking part of your brain, is starting to shrink, and connections are disconnecting in your brain for those important parts of that high level thinking. So think about when you're creative, when you are working on pitching brands, when you're planning out your content, when you are scheduling, talking with different people that you're going to collaborate with. All of that stuff is high level thinking, and your brain, when you're stressed, is not able to do that well. It's working more on keeping you alive, and what that does in turn is makes you less able to do critical thinking, and your body becomes more irrational, more emotional, more primal than it is a developed, high-level thinking human being. And that's obviously a problem because we don't want our brain shrinking. We don't want to be operating at a primal level. We want to operate at a more ideal, high level of thinking and action taking. So, how can you run a blogging business if your brain, that's your main asset is your brain and your creativity of the content that you produce for people, if that is shrinking and it's not working to its full potential? That's really scary. And you can't be creative, like I said, negotiate contracts, even enjoy your life if you are in survival mode because you are so stressed. Now that I've thoroughly freaked you out, how do we fix it? Because the exciting part of what I was saying earlier is there is a way to fix it. The way to fix this, they found that the two biggest factors in keeping people from having health-related issues that related to from stress were 1, a feeling of security, and 2, a sense of community. So security and predictability, how do we bring that into your life and your business? 1, being organized. 2, creating structure for yourself and your business, and creating structure for your team, being able to plan ahead, having an idea of what your goals and vision are, so that gives you more of a sense of security and predictability for what is happening in your business and what is happening in your life. And then when we do that, we are able to work on our sense of community and connection with the world. So you're freeing up that time that you were spending on your business being stressed about working and being stressed about working, which probably takes up the majority of your brain space, because it does for me. We are then able, when we can free up all of that by creating structure and organization in our businesses, we're then able to get out and socialize with friends and family, make ourselves happier, and lower that stress hormone in our brain so that we are able to function more optimally. So you can do all the things that actually make you happy and were the reason that you got into blogging in the first place, because you wanted to have flexibility of schedule. You wanted to be able to spend more time with your friends and family. You didn't want somebody else telling you what your day-to-day needs to look like. Well, now that is your responsibility to create that order and structure for yourself so that you aren't killing yourself literally by being so stressed out. And in closing, stress is really serious. We don't want our brains to shrink. We don't want our brains to be functioning as primal animals running away from lions. That's not what we want. But we can fix this by creating order, structure, predictability in our businesses that then allow us to go out and build that community, build those connections that make us feel like we are a part of something greater than ourselves. So go watch the documentary. It's called One Nation Under Stress on HBO. It is so interesting. And if you want to hear more from me about how to not kill yourself in your blogging business by being so stressed, then go over to katewaldoandco.com/grow. That link is in my bio, and you can join us for our free masterclass that talks about how to create a financially successful, sustainable, and viable influencer business. So thanks for joining me today. I really am passionate about this, so I'd love to hear what you all think about it and what your comments are, how you keep yourself from getting to that point of being so overwhelmed and trapped by stress. All right, talk to you soon.